Hey guys, this is Christy. This is my 37-week pregnancy update. So according